Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to more Pride of Nations as the mighty Austrian Empire. So, war has erupted between the Russians and the Ottoman Empire, with the British Empire and the French backing the Ottomans. Now, how this is going to proceed, I do not know. What advantage of this situation I can take, I do not know as of yet. Right, so we can see an Ottoman fleet over here, the Adriatic Fleet. Interesting. I think I'm going to try. And well, let's see. Can we try and forge a Cassius Belli? So the 2% chance per imperialism point, 3% per diplomacy, 0 per admin. I do wonder if I could demand Libya. Maybe like the Benghazi area. I think you can demand colonies. So I'm not too sure on that one, but it might be worth a try. And if it fails, it fails, but the option is there and available towards us, so we are going to try doing that. I believe that takes about 5 diplomats or so. Okay. Russian infantry over here. Russian mortars, howitzers basically. Right, 76 manufactured goods. I'm going to start building another corps of infantry. Could do with some cannon. Start some cannon. Supply as well will be needed. Ah, so these are our military police, so we can actually recruit them. Okay, I see. Field hospital could be quite good. Yeah. I'll build another supply for now. We'll build what we need once we figured out what we need. But in this manner, at least we can put together another decent-sized force and continue to build up our military strength of the Empire. In hopes that we could try and challenge the Prussians on the field of battle, and possibly that of the French. And of course we do need to, of course, deal with the Sardinian upstarts. So, plenty to do, plenty to do. I think dealing with the Ottomans would be easy. I'd have to wait for the war to be over and for the alliances between Britain and France to cease with the Ottoman Empire. So then I do not end up in a giant war I do not want to fight. Okay. Right, we've finished building these railroads. So high taxes are affecting our population over here. I may consider reducing taxes in time. Yes, you can see we're connected. For some reason, well, they're connected here, but it's not connected to the main line, oddly. I'm not entirely sure why. Can I remedy that? Right, railroad. Yeah, it's connected. So I just need to build 2 more here, and then we'll have a nice ring. That should be good. Okay. So, military strength. We're coming close to parity with Russia. Coming very close. Which is pretty good news. We are more powerful than France, actually. That's not bad. That's really not bad, actually. We're doing a lot better than I thought. We're much stronger than Prussia. If I can beat the British Empire in military strength, then I will have achieved my goal of becoming the largest and most powerful European power, besides Russia in terms of military strength. Now you can imagine that once we combine our might with that of the rest of Germany, yeah, that would be crazy strong. So we're going to move on. I may put some state funds into research in new weaponry. I think that could be most definitely advantageous. It's gonna be costly, but yeah. I'm really interested in sea power. I really, really want to try something with the sea. I think it might turn out to be worthwhile. I mean, that was the problem of the Austrians. They only had the Adriatic, and, yes, well, they're already in the Mediterranean, so they're already cut off from most of the ocean trade, whereas the Germans only had the North Sea, which is obviously connected to the Atlantic Ocean, so they had hardly any problems. It was only during World War I when the British enforced a far blockade instead of a close blockade that, yeah, that became a major choke point. I mean, arguably, we're on par with Russia in terms of availability to the ocean. The Russians have to go through the Baltic and the North Sea, and through the Black Sea, the Mediterranean, and then the Atlantic. So, kinda on par with the Russian situation. However, we do have warm water ports, whereas they do not. Well, they do have the Black Sea, but ultimately, unless they could do something about the Ottomans' grip on the Sea of Marmara and the Straits there, then yeah, they're kind of confined. At least we have the possibility of taking over Germany, so that's what I'm hoping for. It would be beautiful to try and just destroy the French. I wonder what we could do to them. Try and take their empire, but force them into paying war reparations. That could be quite enjoyable. And quite wealthy, actually. Very wealthy. It's going to be interesting. I think having military strength is going to be the key to taking Germany. We of course need to unify, but interestingly enough we have claims on Saxony. So if worst comes to worst, we could potentially go the militaristic route. But we failed, annoyingly. So Prussia has promised us local support. Very nice. Oh, hello. The head of government, Minister-President Prince Felix zu Zakozovara, prematurely died in Vienna. He was widely respected in Europe as an able statesman, although not much trusted. In his own statement following the Russian intervention in Hungary, that Austria would shock the world by its depths of ingratitude, may have played a part in this. He is informally replaced by the foreign ministry Count Karl Ferdinand von Buhl, noted in Austria as a strong Anglophile and anti-Prussian. Interesting. So, we have our new minister over here. Yes, you can see our missions over here have the largest army in Europe. To succeed, you must have, during the next 10 years, at least 80% of the time, the largest army in Europe, Western Europe excluding Russia. With a permanent minimum of 200 regiments. Well, it's only been 2 years, so we still have quite a lot of time. Well, maybe not. Now, I could improve the education system to lower militancy in the population. I think that's something that we should proceed with. Try and bring that about. Okay. So we have our fleet over here now. Hopefully they will be better maintained over here. Right, I have these mortars, these howitzers. Siege guns. How long will this take to upgrade? Right. I think it's already done, actually. Ah, yes it is. It's a size 3 naval base. I was thinking that I had another upgrade going on over here, but that is over here, actually. A harbour upgrade is going to take about 90 days. Not too bad. Right, well, now that I have some more manufactured goods, should I choose to continue expanding the military? I think it is prudent. Can I buy rubber? No, not yet. Can't buy any rum because there's none to buy. I am selling more textiles than I can handle right now, so we should reduce that output. There we go. I'll have it increase. We can sell free and have it increase, fine. Right, minerals. We are doing... I'll save some and then at least I can... Right, there we go. We'll sell 5 a turn. Then at least we can increase our stockpile overall. Luxury goods. Luxury goods, luxury goods. Okay, so we're on par here. We're selling 2 of them, so that's pretty high value. But of course we are keeping the population happy, which is great stuff. Right. I'm still losing chemicals, so I guess I need to buy chemicals. I do feel they're going to come into use in the future, so I might as well hold on to them and make a stockpile. I could sell another ton of silk to make up for that. Well, I'm just going to say a ton of silk. Obviously, I do not know what the measurement would be. I just want to build up my stockpile of things, really. Dyes as well, so I can sell them to my population. Opium, can't really buy that. Gems is only South Brazil and Venezuela. I'm sure they're not going to sell any gems. I need them in my own nation's market. Right, so satisfaction has increased by only 0.33. Obviously we revoked the constitution, so... happiness is a little bit down at the moment. We need to give the people something to make them happy. 20 manufactured goods. Yeah, I can start the construction of another warship and make that another 2 warship squadrons. There we go. Expanded the nation and the Empire's fleet. Interestingly enough, I can't build ships here. Or maybe ships of that size. Can we upgrade the port? Naval base extension? Yep. Okay. I'm spending a lot here. But the thing is, I want to try and really boost my power. War Ministry. Militarism is increasing. We'll try to limit the nobility's privilege, see if we can get that through Parliament. Yeah, we're 26% German, so just over into the majority. Foreign Ministry. Ministry of Colonial Affairs. What is it I'm looking for? There we go, Academy of Sciences. Muzzle-loaded rifles. Gun cotton. Explosive shells. That'd be great for... Actually, I believe it affects artillery as well. Adds a total of 26 new units to the force build, wow. So basically, it just redoes all the current units. So we'll go for that research. We should be able to afford it, potentially. I won't be too concerned if we're losing a little bit or we're just not making that much cash. I need to spend it. There's no point having cash here if we're not spending it. I could do with building more rails, so potentially next turn, if we have enough manufactured goods and steel. Steel's fine, coal's fine. Private capital should be okay. So it's just a matter of manufactured goods. We'll try and build some more rails. And connect up the rest of, well, Galicia. I could also do with expanding the rails down into Croatia. We'll have the rails here finished soon. It It would be very useful to be able to get down there quickly and just get all corners of the Empire with relatively good speed. Indeed. I might want to build rails in Klausenberg too. Basically the city over here. It's a decently sized city, it's like 6, that's not bad at all. It's bigger than these two cities here. I'm not entirely sure what it has in terms of agricultural resources or mineral wealth. But having a nice population and a nicely sized city in the Empire's rail network is undoubtedly useful. It is in the Carpathians too, so that's great terrain to defend on. If we can get the rail working here... Well, honestly, if I build rail in here and here, I can connect up these networks. And we'd be able to move forces pretty quickly to the Carpathian mountain range. So perhaps turning the Carpathians into a formidable defensive barrier. Could be possible. I'd need more troops, but I reckon in the future I'll be able to maintain quite a few armies. As long as we keep on churning away and increasing the strength of our economy will be good. I should look at making more value, well, high value industries. That could pay for a lot of things. 12 gems for 150, not bad at all. How many gems do we have in total now? So we have 20 gems. This is pretty good. So you can see here with 2,237 state funds, basically money. 2,504 private capital. Yeah, 61 manufactured goods, that's fine. Right. Group of Russian colonists have left over here. Okay. Lots to sell and buy in. Right. Satisfaction has improved by 0.35. These divisions are almost ready. Russia has implemented compulsory education. That's quite impressive. God damn it, they rejected the nobility privilege law. Motherfuckers. Not too good. So let's see. Well, actually, I'd only need this one province then, that's not bad. That'd link these guys up, so we'll see how the cost works out. I mean, this terrain is pretty easy. So perhaps we might want to go for this method, but I think if we go for this, then... I don't know, actually. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, there's a good amount of coal here, so it would make sense to obviously build here. We'll build one there. Right, we can't afford that other one, so I'll build here. Can't afford that. So we'll satisfy ourselves with these two lines here. I'll build a line here and here. If possible, I'll build a line in every single city of the Empire. And make sure we are all connected up. And of course, having rails there does improve the economic efficiency and output of the said region. So these rails will be finished next turn. Now we do have a small harbour over here. Some small harbours down here too. Could do with improving them. Right. Expansion will be finished in about 105 days. 75 days on this harbour upgrade. Okay. Anything to increase my naval capacity. Saxony. Size 7 city. Pre-industrial fort. Pre-industrial fort. Yeah, our guys, our cities will be industrialized fortresses. Berlin. Pre-industrial, okay. So you can see here the Prussians have a few mechanical shops here. A arms shop, textile. I might want to actually take a look at investing into more textile factories. They are fairly profitable, and they will probably remain fairly profitable. Well, they will be replaced by looms and mechanical looms and stuff like that basically in a few years. But for a decade, something like that, they should be okay. It depends. Okay, so we can see Russian forces over here. They've captured the city here of Bosnia. Well, captured Bosnia. Russians over here as well. Captured Serbia. Fantastic. Oh no, these are Serbians. Wow. Yes, you can see why I was a little bit confused there. Okay, the Russians are moving. That is not exactly wise. They are blockading these ports over there. The Russians are moving in here. Okay. This is really going to do a number on the Ottomans. Okay. Right then. So we spent a lot of capital there. How are we looking for the following turn? We should be okay. Satisfaction's increasing again. Good. How did we do selling to our internal market? Only 237 this time. Not fantastic. But not bad, at least we're making some cash. It's going to replace these losses. I can't afford that actually. That's a shame. War medal. General conscription. There's no point doing this one. So these will be ready next turn, these 2 turns after. Then it's going to be quite a long time before these warships are ready. But that's another 12 battleships, wooden battleships. That's quite good. Very good. I mean, we take a look here. This is like 1,000 men on each ship, so it's like 4,000 men. These are not small ships at all. Yeah, heavy warships. So if we take a look here, our fleet is now 46 ships strong. Some of that being made up of a transport division. Yeah. 8 elements. Okay, we'll progress. I'd love to know what my current count of regiments is. It should be quite high. I mean, I'd imagine it's quite high. We are stronger than Prussia right now. We're almost as strong as the Russians militarily. In fact, we could overtake the Russians depending on how many losses they take in this current war. And even the French. The French might actually lose a few men, the British too. So, if the losses are bad in the Crimean War, we could end up coming out as one of the strongest powers militarily for a good amount of time if we keep on pushing that advantage. Which is completely possible. I think we should invest a lot more in artillery. Artillery is a... well, it will become a devastating weapon. And it will help with sieges. It's great just because it's long range. We're doing a lot of damage, or at least we're doing some damage without it taking any damage in return. So that's good, and that's fine by me. I'd like to research explosive shells as well, actually. That would increase the power of our artillery pieces, and potentially that of our navy. I'd imagine they'd be able to take advantage of exploding shells. Yeah, you can imagine how that would work. Would work very nicely. I might create some more cavalry corps, actually. Should be fairly cheap. A few cavalry divisions, or maybe a corps of cavalry could be quite handy. Basically, you have those as like mobile divisions to work throughout the Empire and to put down any rebellions, or diving into enemy nations and cutting rails and stuff like that. Right, at least we'll have those Croatian rail lines now. That will be bloody nice. Okay. Russia has received a casus belli against the Ottoman Empire because of their control of Bessarabia. Interesting. Ha! Oh yeah, China's having a bad time right now. I do not envy them. Okay. Yeah, we did a lot better here. Not bad here, but 882 is pretty nice. We've finished building those rails, fantastic. Okay. So that's good then, we've connected up another city to the Empire's network. How long are we looking at here? 509 days, 345 days, just over a year, well, just under a year. Oh, we're seeing some friendships over here. So you can tell that they have better technology due to the fact they have bloody steamships. I'm so jealous, but they are carrying men. Right. Looks as though they could try and land over here in Sevastopol. And the Russian fleet over here, only a small fleet. Nothing too dangerous. Oh, we've gained some more diplomats actually. Do I have... no, not yet. We do have a good amount of manufactured goods, but not much in the way of cash. So I think we might have a turn or two saving up so we can build some more rail lines. But we're looking at 345 days there, 345. Not too bad, I guess. How long until this finishes? 270 days. 195. 195. And 195. Okay. Only 6 more days until this harbour is upgraded. Right then. So, we can keep on expanding our harbour at Istria. Actually, depending on whether the upgrade changes it into a naval base, I really hope it does change it into a naval base, because that would be fantastic. I'd have a decently sized naval base then, and I could continue to work on it. At least in that way we could try and increase our naval strength. I think our navy, well, an Austrian navy is going to prove really useful in the future. If we can use it to prevent the enemy from being able to land troops along our shores, and also to bully the Italians. If we can bully them, that'd be great. Aye. The ability to send men via ship would be fantastic, though. It would allow us to try and take some easy cities. Allow us to try and cut off the enemy's supply lines, try and just force them into bad positions. It gives us options. That's the thing, it gives us a lot of options, and that's what we need. We're pretty strong on the land front, so if we can become strong at sea as well, then that's good. It's a sign of an empire, though, really. Well, of a global empire. We need to be global. I'm interested by the fact of potentially taking land from the Ottomans. I mean, Libya and like Tripolitania and that kind of area there, if we could take that, then that would be very, very interesting. We could try and build up a naval base there and basically use it as like a midway point for the Austrian Navy. Would be like our Malta in a way. Okay, but we are coming towards the end of the episode, so I thank you all so very much for watching. Hopefully we'll have just enough time to take a look at the war in the east. Yes, these turns are taking longer with war, so fair enough. Actually, we may not actually see the turn. It's taken a while now with the war. Yep, okay. Well, thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have, do go ahead and subscribe. Ooh, there we go. Quickly. Goodbye for now.